Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So today's topic is the latest technologies for railway and metro applications. So, before we kind of start our product presentation on the railway and metro application, let me give a very brief about Emerson. So we are, US, we are US-based company founded in 1890. We have around 80,000 plus employees working across the world, having 200 locations. So basically, we have two platforms. One is called Emerson Automation Solution, and second is Emerson Commercial and Residential Solution. So we are part of the second platform, which is Commercial and Residential Solutions. So total, we have around 16.8 billion revenue in 2020, and we are amongst the Fortune 500 companies listed in the Fortune magazine. So with a rank of 176. So with this, small introduction on an overall Emerson, let me give you a little bit about the commercial and residential solution platform. So we have different product brands starting from Copeland, Lumity, Sensi, Insyncrator, Clockway, Rigid, Greenline. But today, what we are going to talk about is the Copeland brand, through which we serve the air conditioning and the coach and industry. So we have different product lines under Copeland brand. And today we will talk about the Copeland scroll compressors used in the transport air conditioning market. So, way back in 1987, we started manufacturing the Copeland scroll compressor for this industry. And by then, we kept on adding different platforms of the compressor for different applications, be it air conditioning or the cold chain. And it's been almost 34 years that, we have been manufacturing this compressor for this market. In terms of the air conditioning application, it includes the packaged air conditioners, precision air conditioners, ducted AC, scroll chillers, the roof-mounted packaged unit, VRF. All of these applications are getting covered. So we actually build the compressors, which is the heart of these machines, and we sell out these compressors to the OEMs and who ultimately use our compressors in these end applications. Moving to the the transport specific discussion. So we have been using or we have been giving these compressors for traditional applications like the standard train, high speed train, metro applications. Even recently we have been selling this compressor for the tram application also. So overall, we have a very good presence. We are market leader in the train application or the the transport applications, and we have sold around 5 lakh pieces. So we have 5 lakh pieces of compressor installed base across Asia. So from the specific application point of view, we have two types of the compressor that we serve to this market. One is the vertical scroll compressor. Let me use a laser so that it'll be easier for all of us to understand this. So we have two basic platforms of the compressor. One is called a standard vertical compressor, which is typically used in a standard train application. Even the high-speed train also uses this vertical compressor along with the metro and tram. Along with that, we also have a horizontal structured compressor specifically needed in a high-speed train kind of application or a metro and tram kind of application. Here we have two options: the horizontal fixed speed, which is a standard compressor, and horizontal variable speed, or in a other term, it is called as a horizontal inverter compressor, right? So these are some of the options that we have for our customers to be used in these kind of end applications. So moving to the next chart on the compressors used in that standard train. Typically, in a standard train, there are different coaches, you find, whether it's a driver cab AC or the seat coach AC or the soft berth or the hard berth, irrespective of the what coach the train has, as long as it's a, the air-conditioned coach, we have a solution from Emerson. So we have a KT platform with R22 and 407C refrigerant, which we position to cater to this standard train market. On the high-speed train air conditioning application, here we have option of vertical as well as the horizontal fixed speed model, because many of the projects with the high-speed train calls for a vertical compressor or the horizontal fixed speed option. So both the options are available, and we have been catering this market with both the third of the compressor, which is the vertical and the horizontal. On the metro and tram air conditioning application, specifically, it calls for a horizontal structured compressor, and we have been positioning these horizontal fixed and variable speed models to cater to this market. And of course, there are different types of the coaches in the metro, depending upon the length of the coach, which is a type A and type B, and for tram kind of application. This is typically a type B and a type C coaches. So all of these coaches have been using our compressor, which is typically a horizontal fixed speed and variable speed. We will move to the next session of today's discussion, and that's on the what are the actual market requirements from the cooling point of view, or the cooling unit of the transport application point of view. So basically, there are four main requirements from any cooling unit of train or the metro application. One is, of course, the safety and reliability, and we ensure that through our KT designed robust platform, we deliver the major market requirement of safety and reliability. So why we call us as a compressor with a safety and reliable option is something which is coming up in next few charts. The second important market requirement from transport air conditioning is the compressor should withstand in these hardest application, because there's a tremendous difference between the transport air conditioning and the standard air conditioning. Okay, the transport air conditioning calls for the compressor which can withstand the shock and vibration levels. It should withstand the high duty cycle, because there is a difference between duty cycle of a cooling unit in a train and the cooling unit in a commercial space or a residential space. And of course, the you see a difference in the climate during the train journey from one place to other. So definitely you need a compressor which can withstand this variation in the application. So of course, to ensure our compressor deliver in these kind of hardest application, we have qualified our compressor with this hardest qualification and reliability test in our lab. So which all those tests and those things is something which we'll talk about in subsequent slides. The third market requirement is the extended ambient application in metro and rail. And typically, it is very crucial for India kind of a market where the ambient can go up to 48 and 50 degrees Celsius. So you need a compressor with an extended operating envelope. So we have that option for our customer. And lastly, but not the least, is the compressor should deliver the performance against varying load demand. You must all agree, I think you will all agree that the railway, when traveling from one place to other, experience a huge load demand from one place to other. So you definitely need a inverter or the variable speed option so that you get a precise and energy efficient option for your cooling in the railway and metro application. With this, based on the market requirement and what we offer against this market requirement, let me move to the next chart. So this is the main features of the scroll compressor. So basically, there are 3-4 main components in a compressor. One is the fixed speed and orbiting scroll. So we have main bearing over here. There is a motor section, and you can see a crankshaft, which is connected to the scroll set. So with the orbiting motion between the two scroll, we get the discharge gas at the discharge port of the compressor. This is how the the gas enters from the evaporator through the suction line in the scroll sets. So it gets compressed. So this is the compression cycle happens, and at the end, at the center of the compression, you get the high pressure discharge gas at the outlet of the compressor. So this is how very briefly how compression happens in a scroll compressor. So we have a robust, whenever we go and talk to the industry players, we talk about the robustness, we talk about the reliability of the compressor, and these are some of the reasons why we claim our compressors as a reliable option and the safest option for a transport air conditioning. One is, we have a well compliance mechanism. That means we have axial as well as radial compliant scroll sets. So when I say axial, that means there is an optimum force between the fixed speed or the fixed scroll and the orbiting scroll, so that you don't lose out on the frictional losses, and you get the highest energy efficiency possible through the through the compression process. That is called an axial compression in a very broad term. And the radial compliance means the scroll sets can separate out when it experiences any liquid or debris in the compression process. So that is called as the reliability, which that is called as the radial compliances, which ensures the highest reliability for your scroll sets in the compressor. On the material side, we are using DU bearing, particularly in the bearing section. So even if for short span of time, if compressor do not get any oil, it can still withstand and can continue to work without any oil for some time. Apart from that, we always ensure to use the optimum and I would say the highest efficient motor, because motor is a very critical part of the compressor, and the efficiency of the compressor to some extent depends upon how efficient motor you use in your compressor. So whether it's a scroll sets or whether it's a scroll motor or the motor inside the scroll compressor, we always make sure we use the highest efficient motor inside the compressor. We'll move to the next chart on the safety protection design. There are 2-3 components from the safety point of view. One is, we use some of the components like thermodisk, which is thermal operating disk, or the advanced roll temperature protection, which actually protect your compressor from the overheating of the scroll sets. And we also have the something called internal pressure relief valve, which is called as the IPRV, which actually protects the compressor from the high pressure inside the compressor. From the anti-reverse design point of view, typically, whenever you shut down a particular system and in a way shut down the compressor, there is a possibility to have a small gas or reverse flow of your refrigerant from condenser to the compressor side, and sometimes it it moves your scroll sets in a reverse direction, causing abnormal noise. To address this, we have used the fluid brake kind of a component, which is actually installed in the oil sump of the compressor, and whenever compressor experience any reverse rotation, this small Porsche component comes into picture and ensure to limit the reverse rotation of your scroll compressor. Apart from that, we also have the advanced oil management, typically applicable only for the horizontal scroll compressor, because when you design your compressor in a horizontal structure, it becomes very critical to manage the oil inside the compressor. So we have 2 oil pumps and 2 tubes to kind of ensure the oil flows from the oil sump to the the high side of the compressor. And we also have used the oil separator at the the discharge plenum of the compressor. So whenever the oil comes from the oil sump, the the excess oil can be separated out and can be given back to the oil sump. So it ensures the the lowest possible OCR, which is the oil circulation rate, which benefits the customers from the overall system efficiency point of view. I'll move to the next chart, and we'll now talk about what qualification tests we have for our, the transport compressors. An important parameter is we have met the IEC 61373 shock and vibration requirement for railway equipment. So that was one of the prime requirement for before we launched this product, and it has been used for a long time now. And you can see, the overall duration per cycle. We have tabulated these details, and you can see the some of the pictures where compressor is installed in vertical direction, lengthwise direction, even in the transverse direction. And in this direction, we actually test these compressors for the duration mentioned in the column. All right. The second qualification test, again, a very important parameter for the railway and metro application, is the tilt and roll test. So if you see the middle image, this is the coach direction. So compressor is expected to be installed in a perpendicular direction to the coach driving direction. So this is how the the compressor is installed in the coach, in the RMPO coach. Right. So our compressor is designed, even if your coach diverts its direction from left hand side to the right hand side with a degree of 7 degrees. So so even if you experience that, our compressor is designed to withstand this deviation of 7 degrees in a horizontal direction. Even when the train or your metro runs in an uphill and the downhill direction, there is a possibility that coach can deviate from the center with an angle of 15 degrees Celsius. So up to 15 degrees Celsius, our compressor is designed to withstand this deviation from the mean axis. So all of these qualification tests have been done in our lab. Apart from the IP56 electrical box, we also have the IP67 protection grade option in the horizontal scroll models. There are different reliability tests that we have carried out, be it the flooded start or defrost, or the high compression ratio. So all of those reliability tests have been completed for our vertical as well as the horizontal compressors. This extended envelope up to minus 30 degrees Celsius ensures the compressor can withstand in the low ambient condition, and even the condensing temperature, if you see, it is up to 65 degrees Celsius, which ensures the operation in a high ambient. We have a complete product portfolio. You can see vertical options. We have capacity from 2 to 16 HP with a refrigerant option of 22, 407C and 134A. Of course, these are fixed speed options. In the horizontal compressor, we have option of fixed speed as well as variable speed with a range of 6 to 10 HP. We'll briefly talk about the product features of these product range. So for the vertical compressor, we talked about the energy efficiency through axial and radial compliance and the high volumetric efficiency. We claim ourselves as the most energy efficient in the cooling segment. On the flexibility side, we talked about the operating envelope, but one important point is, it has multiple refrigerant options. So one vertical compressor can be used with 407C or 134A or R22 based on the customer requirement. And the third portion is on the reliability front. So we talked about axial and radial compliance, check wall, advanced scroll temperature protection, and low oil circulation rate and high pressure protections. All of those ensures the highest reliability of the compressor in the Summit, Quest, and Quantum range. Talking about the horizontal compressor, I think most of the details remain same except few. One is for the variable speed option in the horizontal in Summit range. It can, we can vary the frequency of the compressor from 35 to 80 hertz. So that is an added advantage apart from the horizontal structure. And as I said earlier, this being a horizontal structure, we need to take care of the oil management, which can be taken care through the oil pump and oil separator built inside the compressor. We also have a dual hole shaft, inside the compressor, which actually ensures the even oil allocation to both the bearings, the dry bearing as well as the low bearing, which is a critical part of this horizontal structure. Likewise, we also have the next gen version of this horizontal compressor, typically available in the variable speed technology category, and it has the variable frequency operation of 25 to 100 hertz. So you can actually vary the frequency of the compressor from 25 to 100 hertz and get the required cooling capacity based on your cooling demand. Rest of the details are more or less same compared to the earlier slide on the horizontal cross structure. I'll move to the next chart. What we have done is we also have tested this compressor vis-a-vis the similar product available in the market. So we have tested this compressor with our competition in the lab, and this is what we have received. Now we have observed around 8 to 12% efficiency benefit compared to the competition. So you can see at ARI condition with 3,600 RPM, our efficiency is 8% higher compared to the competition. Likewise, at 5,400 RPM, the efficiency goes up by 12% compared to the competition performance. So this is the overall, the performance that we have observed. The first thing is that compared to the similar product available in the market, our displacement is slightly higher, which where we actually get the benefit of achieving the desired capacity with the lower frequency compared to the other option, which in turns deliver the low running sound. That is fast. The COP, as I said earlier, it is highest. It is 3.2 versus 3.1 and 2.93. Frequency range is also wide. It is 25 to 100 versus 30 to 100 or 30 to 90 hertz option. And evaporating range is also, particularly from the heating capability point of view, the evaporating range will definitely helps our customers to ensure the compressor runs even at the low ambient condition. There are a few more charts which I will quickly cover. One is the to cater this growing India market. Apart from the products which we import from our Thailand and China plant, we also have the test lab facility in India itself, and where you can actually test your system. We have an enabled accredited 5 and 20 HP psychrometric lab, where all kinds of air conditioning application can be tested, be it packaged AC or ducted AC or chillers or roof mount packaged unit for railway or electric buses. All of those air conditioning units can be tested in our testing facility in India. So this support also we can we offer to our customer while qualifying our compressors. These are some of the key takeaways. So we have a proven track record of 5 lakh pieces running across the Asia market. We have a unique product design with highest energy efficiency, which are silent in nature. We have a wide product range. Our product can run with a tropical design like India up to 48, 50, 52 ambient. We have a low oil circulation rate, which ensures the highest efficiency at a system level, and reliability again is something which we take care. We also have a dedicated Asia engineering center. So even if there is some regulation change or there's some customer need change in the customer need, we always ensure to fast track our product development and ensure we launch these products at the highest possible time. And of course, India being growing economy, we have a dedicated focus for India market now. As I said earlier, we have a test lab facility. We have a application engineering support for our customers. We have a compressor analysis center in India. So all of this helps us to kind of give up extra attention for the India transport industry. So all in all, as I said, being a leadership, being at a leadership position, we always ensure that we hold our market leadership in Indian rail industry, and we have done that from last many years by launching the right products into India market. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. If you have any further queries, questions, or if you want to interact with any of our Emerson colleagues, so these are the contact details, and we will be excited to interact with you on this subject going forward. So thank you, Rail Expo team. This is a fantastic platform to interact with all the industry stakeholders, and we look forward to interact more on this subject in coming years. Thank you so much.